A short time ago, I spoke with the Minnesota DFL Party Chair Ken Martin about the election. Take a look. And joining us right now is Ken Martin, the DFL Party Chair. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me, Esme. I really appreciate it.
All right, I got to ask you, the polls are tightening in our region. There were two polls out last week that showed Trump and Biden within the margin of error here in Minnesota. A new poll in Iowa has Trump up by 7. What is going on? Are you worried?
I'm not worried at all. You know, we've said all along that these races were going to be close. This was the 6th closest margin in 2016. We've always expected Minnesota to be close. And of course, because of that, we're running like we're 20 points behind, even though we are ahead right now. I'm convinced on Tuesday we will win, but we're going to need to work hard. Of course, these races and polling's been all over the map. I tell folks, don't believe any of the polls. Just get out there and work hard for what you believe in. And at the end of the day, the only poll that matters, and it's a little cliche, but the only poll that matters is on Election Day, and we have to work hard over these next 3 days.
I hear you, but talking to Democrats, they are really nervous. I mean, literally haunted this Halloween weekend by what happened 4 years ago. What do you say to that?
Well, there's certainly a lot of PTSD, right? And I think that's actually accrued to our advantage because people are working really hard. They're not resting on their laurels. They're not taking anything for granted. They're turning over every stone and knocking on every door and talking to every person they can right now to make sure that we get them out to vote. We don't want to wake up, Democrats that is, don't want to wake up the day after the election feeling the same way we did in 2016, which was shocked, depressed, and obviously just really bewildered how that happened in 16. And so I don't think anyone's taken anything for granted. Certainly on our side, we're working extremely hard.
Let me ask you about that stunning court ruling that came down Thursday night, which says everybody's ballots basically have to be in by Election Day, when for 3 months we have been everybody's been telling voters, as long as it's postmarked by Election Day, they'll count it through November 10th. There are 400,000 ballots that are still out there that have been requested but not turned in, almost 400,000. Are you worried about that?
Well, sure, and it's really shameful, to be honest with you, Esme. It's like playing a game with a petulant child who knows they're going to lose and then changes the rules or tries to change the rules just minutes before things end in that game. I mean, this is no doubt the Republicans and Democrats earlier this year agreed on the rules well before voting began. And now that they're headed for a sure loss here in Minnesota, they're trying to change the rules, which will disenfranchise, as you said, hundreds of thousands of Minnesotans. And not just Democrats. The reality is 82% of military members who serve overseas cast ballots by mail. Seniors who are afraid to go into the polling place or can't go into the polling place are going to be disenfranchised. People who live in greater Minnesota in rural precincts where they're only allowed to vote by mail are now not going to have an opportunity to potentially cast their vote. And so this isn't about party, this is about our democracy. And both parties in this state should want more people participating, not fewer. Unfortunately, one of the parties is on the record trying to take that right away from them.
Well, why didn't you urge the Secretary of State, or did you urge the Secretary of State to go to the Supreme Court to try and get a stay? And what happens to those 400,000 ballots? You've got races here up and down the ballot, legislative races that are so important that are often decided by a few hundred votes.
Well, look, Esme, I believe that we haven't heard the last on this issue. And we'll let the election happen on Tuesday. Of course, those ballots will be segregated. I believe if there are close races, there will be lawsuits on either side to make sure that those ballots are in fact counted. But we should never have to be in that situation because every eligible voter who casts a ballot should be able to have some assurity that their vote is going to be counted during this election. And again, we've all been operating, as you said, under a certain set of rules for many months now. And then late in the game, thanks to Republican judges and the Republican Party here led by Jennifer Carnahan, they've tried to change the rules here, and they did change the rules.
Let me ask you really quickly, though. So it is your belief as the chair of the DFL party that after the election there will be legal action that will eventually result in those 400,000 votes, some 400,000 votes at this point, being counted?
Well, I can't speak to that. All I can say is that I think if you have close races, people are going to make sure that those votes are included in those tallies.
Okay. Well, Ken Martin, always a pleasure. A busy few days. Actually, it could be a busy few weeks ahead of you. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you, Esme. Appreciate it.